Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the MEN syndrome. Right. MEN syndrome, first we will see MEN 1 syndrome are also called as Wermer syndrome. MEN 1 are also called as Wermer syndrome. This MEN 1 are also called as Wermer syndrome. It is autosomal dominant. Here you will see triad of tumors are seen, which include parathyroid tumors. There are pancreatic neuroendocrine tumors. This includes parathyroid tumors, pancreatic neuroendocrine tumors, and this also includes pituitary tumors. Okay, this MEN 1 syndrome or Wermer syndrome occurs due to the mutation in MEN 1 gene, which is located on chromosome 11, and this will encode the menin, which is a tumor suppressor protein. It will encode a tumor suppressor protein, which is menin. So if you see the common manifestations, so we can divide it into two types. One, we have common manifestations, a box, and second we have less common manifestations. Okay, what are the common manifestations? Common manifestations of MEN syndrome are, first, parathyroid. Regarding parathyroid, it causes parathyroid hyperplasia or it causes parathyroid adenoma. Then regarding pancreatic, it causes pancreatic neuroendocrine tumors. Then we have pituitary, it causes pituitary adenoma. Okay, then if you see the less common causes, in less common causes, it causes adrenocortical tumors. Then it also causes bronchial plus thymic tumors. It causes bronchial plus thymic carcinoids. Okay, and it results in collagenomas and also facial cutaneous angiofibromas. It results in facial cutaneous angiofibromas, and it also results in subcutaneous or visceral lipomas. Okay, so these are the less common complications of MEN 1 syndrome. Now we will see parathyroid gland manifestations. So if you see parathyroid gland, in the parathyroid gland, the most common abnormality, that is most common endocrine abnormality in the parathyroid gland is multiglandular parathyroid tumor is the most common glandular abnormality in parathyroid gland. Then if you were asked what is the cardinal sign of MEN 1, the cardinal sign of MEN 1 is parathyroid adenoma of multicentricity. Parathyroid adenoma of multicentricity is the cardinal sign of MEN 1. What is the most common symptom or manifestation of MEN 1? It is parathyroidism is the most common manifestation of MEN 1. What is the most common cause of MEN 1? Cause in MEN 1? The most common cause in MEN 1 is parathyroid hyperplasia is most common cause in MEN 1. What is the first biochemical abnormality detected in MEN 1? The most common biochemical abnormality detected in MEN 1 is hypercalcemia is the most common biochemical abnormality detected in MEN 1. Then if you see pancreatic neuroendocrine tumors. Okay. The next important thing is pancreatic neuroendocrine tumors. Pancreatic neuroendocrine tumors are the second the second most common manifestation of MEN1 are pancreatic neuroendocrine tumors. Then what is the cardinal sign of MEN1? Cardinal sign of MEN1 is parathyroid. Sorry. Second most common manifestation of MEN1 is pancreatic neuroendocrine tumor. What is the most common enteropancreatic neuroendocrine tumor? Most common enteropancreatic neuroendocrine tumor in MEN1 is non-functional. Okay, or it is also called as PPOMA. What is this PPOMA? Non-functional polypeptide oma. That is polypeptidoma. That is PPOMA. Okay. Then what is the most common functional enteropancreatic? What is the most common functional enteropancreatic neuroendocrine tumor in MEN1? The most common functional enteropancreatic neuroendocrine tumor in MEN1 is gastrinoma more than insulinoma. Then if you were asked what is the most common increased hormone in MEN1, most common increased hormone in MEN1 is equal to polypeptide followed by gastrin followed by insulin. Okay, so these are the important points about pancreatic neuroendocrine tumor. Then if you see next important, it is pituitary adenoma. Okay, then if you were asked what is the most common pituitary tumor in MEN1, in MEN1 the most common pituitary tumor among the pituitary adenoma itself, it is prolactinoma, which is followed by somatotropinoma, prolactinoma followed by somatotropinoma followed by corticotropinoma. Okay, prolactinoma followed by somatotropinoma followed by corticotropinoma. Okay, so this is about the MEN1. The next important thing is about MEN2. Okay, MEN2 also called as MEN2A. This is MEN2 or MEN2A, also called as Supple syndrome. Okay, so what is this MEN2 or MEN2A or Supple syndrome? This is actually autosomal dominant condition which is characterized by medullary carcinoma of thyroid. It is characterized by medullary carcinoma of thyroid. Then there is pheochromocytoma, and you will also see here parathyroid hyperplasia or adenoma. You will see parathyroid hyperplasia or adenoma. The patient will have Hirschsprung disease and he will have cutaneous lichen amyloidosis will be seen. Cutaneous lichen amyloidosis will be seen. So all these are the MEN2 or MEN2A or Supple syndrome. Okay, what is the gene responsible in MEN2 or MEN2A or Supple syndrome? Gene responsible here is RET oncogene, which is based on chromosome 10, which will code for mutated cysteine codon. Okay, so this is about the MEN2 or Supple syndrome or MEN2A. Then the next multiple endocrine neoplasia is MEN3, are also called as MEN2B. This MEN3 or MEN2B, it is an autosomal dominant condition which is characterized by medullary carcinoma of thyroid. Okay, it is characterized by medullary carcinoma of thyroid, pheochromocytoma or mucosal neuroma. Then it is characterized by megacolon. Then the patient will have Marfanoid habitus or futures. Okay, then the patient will also have intestinal ganglioneuromas. Okay, so these are the features which you see for MEN3 or MEN2B. And the gene responsible is RET oncogene is responsible, which is located on chromosome 10. Here this will code for mutated tyrosine kinase. Okay, there is one more important question. The age of prophylactic thyroidectomy. What is the age for prophylactic thyroidectomy in a patient with RET mutation? So RET mutation is seen in MEN2A and it is also seen in MEN2B. In MEN2A it is before 5 years, whereas in MEN2B it is before 1 year. Okay, so this is about MEN3 or MEN2B. Next, the next important multiple endocrine neoplasia is MEN4, or also called as MEN-X. In MEN4 or MEN-X, it is actually an autosomal dominant condition where you see MEN1 associated tumors are seen with CDK1B. What is this? This is cyclin dependent kinase inhibitor gene. This cyclin dependent kinase inhibitor gene. Okay, this is located on chromosome 12. And what is this characterized by? This is characterized by hyperthyroidism, and there will be pancreatic neuroendocrine tumors will be present, and you will also, the tumors are also present in thyroid, adrenal, renal and gonadal tumors are also seen. Okay, so this is about MEN4 or MEN-X. Thank you for watching.